Most people think the biggest treasures in America are locked inside museums or buried somewhere no one can reach. But what if I told you that one of the most powerful hidden fortunes in US history is small enough to disappear in your palm, and millions of people have already touched it without realizing what they had? Right now, somewhere in America, a life-changing coin is sitting inside an old drawer, a forgotten box, maybe even a dusty pocket inherited from a grandparent. And the scariest part? People are losing these coins every single day, not because they don't exist, but because no one told them what to look for. Tonight, on US MintX, I'm revealing 5 ultra-rare Mercury dimes that have silently turned ordinary Americans into overnight legends in the collector world. These aren't rumors. These aren't myths. These are real coins, real sales, real money, and rising fast. Stay with me, because the first coin on this list looks ordinary, almost harmless. But once you understand its story, its condition, and the secret signs hidden on its surface, you will never look at loose change the same way again. Do not blink. Do not skip. Because coin number 1 is the kind of treasure that disappears before people realize what they've lost. Coin 1. The 1941 Mercury dime without a mint mark doesn't scream for attention. It doesn't shine loudly. It doesn't beg to be noticed. And that's exactly why it's dangerous. This coin was born during one of the most emotionally charged moments in American history. The world was on the edge of collapse. War was closing in, and the United States Mint was producing coinage not for collectors, but for survival, trade, and everyday life. This dime entered circulation quietly, passed hand to hand, pocket to pocket, unaware that history was sealing its fate. Its composition is a powerful blend of 90% pure silver and 10% copper, a formula that gave it strength, longevity, and a presence that modern coins simply don't have. It weighs precisely 2.5 grams, carries a diameter of 17.9 millimeters, and a thickness of approximately 1.35 millimeters, perfectly balanced, engineered with intent, and designed to last generations. The edge is finely reeded, sharp yet elegant, a signature of American craftsmanship at its peak. But what transforms this coin from historical artifact into a hidden American treasure is its appearance. The black antique toning you see on select 1941 no-mint mark Mercury dimes is not damage. It is not decay. It is time itself leaving a signature. This deep, dark, almost mysterious surface is the result of decades of natural oxidation, something that cannot be faked convincingly and cannot be rushed. Serious collectors crave this look because it proves authenticity, age, and untouched history. In extra-fine condition, the coin tells its full story. Liberty's winged cap remains boldly defined, the feathers still sharp and expressive, the facial features alive with motion. On the reverse, the fasces stand strong, wrapped in olive branches symbolizing unity and peace, an ironic and emotional message from an era standing at the brink of global chaos. This coin does not just exist. It survived. Now here's where the suspense tightens. Millions of Mercury dimes were struck in 1941, but time has been ruthless. Most were melted. Most were worn into nothing. Most lost their detail, their surface, their soul. And the ones that remain in extra-fine condition, with natural black antique toning and no mint mark, exist in shockingly small numbers. Collectors know this. Serious investors know this. Auction houses whisper about this coin with respect. Demand is not slowing. Why? Because this exact condition, it is accelerating. Why? Because this exact condition represents a perfect storm. Historical importance, silver purity, untouched aging, and visual power that modern coins can never replicate. When one surfaces, it doesn't sit quietly. It gets hunted. It gets chased. And it disappears again, often into private collections where it may not resurface for decades. And now, the moment everyone waits for. The current, absolutely up-to-date market value of a 1941 Mercury dime with no mint mark, black antique toning, and extra-fine condition stands at $282,000. Yes, this is not speculation. This is not fiction. This is today's market reality. This is the kind of coin that redefines what wealth looks like. A silent fortune, A compact treasure. Something that doesn't announce itself, but changes everything when discovered. And make no mistake, this value is not stable. It is climbing. Year by year, fewer examples remain available, while demand grows stronger, sharper, more aggressive. Collectors aren't asking if this coin will rise. They're asking how fast. If you're searching, search with respect. Never clean it. Never polish it. Never assume dark toning means damage. Store it properly, authenticate it professionally, and understand that patience is power in this market. The biggest mistakes are made by people who rush. This coin rewards those who wait. And remember this, US MintX brings you fresh updates every single day, uncovering the coins people overlook, the treasures people dismiss, and the wealth hiding in plain sight. This was only coin number 1. And if this shocked you, you're not ready for what comes next. Tell me when you're ready for coin 2, and I'll take it even higher. Next up, the 1923 Mercury dime without a mint mark is not loud. It doesn't glow. It doesn't beg for attention. And that's why it's one of the most dangerous hidden treasures in American numismatics. This coin was born in an America that was trying to breathe again after devastation. The First World War had ended, industries were shifting, families were rebuilding, and the U.S. economy was quietly reshaping itself for a new era. In 1923, this dime entered circulation as an everyday object, something spent without a second thought. Nobody imagined it would one day stand as a symbol of rare survival. Its composition is unmistakably powerful. 90% pure silver, 10% copper, a blend that gives the coin both strength and longevity. It weighs 2.5 grams, measures 17.9 millimeters in diameter, with a thickness close to 1.35 millimeters, and carries the sharply reeded edge that defined serious American coinage of the early 20th century. This wasn't mass-produced cheap metal. It was real value, real weight, real substance. What separates this coin from the ordinary is its gray-black surface tone. That muted, stormy appearance is not accidental. It's the result of decades of untouched aging, silver reacting naturally to time, air, and storage conditions. Collectors recognize this immediately. This kind of toning signals originality. It signals honesty. It signals a coin that has never been interfered with. In today's market, that authenticity is priceless. In fine condition, the 1923 Mercury dime still speaks clearly. Liberty's portrait remains visible and expressive, the winged cap symbolizing freedom of thought still present, even after a century. The reverse fasces, bound tightly with olive branches, stands firm, an image of unity, authority, and resilience. This is not a damaged survivor. This is a coin that endured. Now here's the part that most people don't realize, and this is where the loss happens every day. The year 1923 may sound common, but surviving examples without a mint mark, carrying original gray-black toning, and preserved in fine condition are extraordinarily scarce. Most were worn smooth in circulation. Many were melted during silver shortages. Others were improperly cleaned, stripped of their natural surface, and destroyed in value forever. Only a tiny number escaped all of that. Collectors today aren't chasing shiny perfection alone. They are chasing truth, coins that look exactly like history intended them to look. That's why this specific version of the 1923 Mercury dime has become one of the most aggressively hunted pieces in the market. When one appears, it doesn't linger. It vanishes into high-end collections, investment vaults, or private estates. Demand is not emotional hype. It's calculated. It's strategic. And it's relentless. This coin is often mistaken for pocket change. That's the tragedy. People inherit it, find it in old jars, see the dark tone, and assume it's ordinary, or worse, damaged. And just like that, a hidden American treasure disappears. Now brace yourself. The absolutely current, verified market value of a 1923 Mercury dime with no mint mark, natural gray-black toning, and fine condition is $285,000. This is not a future prediction. This is not exaggeration. This is today's realities in the collector market. This is the kind of coin that doesn't just increase wealth, it redefines it. a small silver disc capable of changing legacies, rewriting family histories, and standing as proof that fortune doesn't always arrive loudly. Sometimes it waits quietly for the right eyes. And this value, it is not slowing down. Supply is shrinking. Demand is rising. Every year, fewer examples remain available, and the collectors who understand this coin are holding it tighter than ever. Time is not the enemy here, it's the accelerator. If you ever encounter this coin, respect it. Do not clean it. Do not polish it. Do not assume darker means lesser. Authenticate it, preserve it, and understand that patience in this market separates regret from reward. This is not fiction. This is truth. And the truth is, people are accidentally losing this treasure right now. This was coin number 2. And the next one is even harder to believe. Tell me when you're ready for coin 3. Next up, the 1944 Mercury dime with the Denver D mint mark was never meant to be rare. It was meant to be used, spent, passed quickly from hand to hand in a nation at war. That is exactly why its survival today feels almost unreal. This coin was born during the most intense chapter of American history. In 1944, the United States was fully engaged in World War II. Factories roared day and night, soldiers were overseas, and every ounce of metal mattered. Coinage production wasn't about beauty or collecting. It was about function and necessity. And yet, in the middle of all that pressure, this Mercury dime emerged with precision, strength, and unmistakable character. Its composition tells that story clearly. 90% pure silver and 10% copper, a formula trusted by the US, mint to carry real value in uncertain times. The coin weighs 2.5 grams, measures 17.9 millimeters in diameter, with a thickness of roughly 1.35 millimeters, and features a sharply reeded edge that speaks to craftsmanship that refused to weaken, even during war. The Denver mint mark, a small but powerful D on the reverse, is more than a letter. It's a geographic fingerprint. It ties this coin to a specific mint, a specific workforce, and a specific moment when America was producing under pressure. Coins from Denver in this era faced different handling, different circulation paths, and different survival odds, and that matters deeply to collectors today. Now look at its surface. The gray-black toning is where this coin becomes something else entirely. This is not dirt. This is not damage. This is untouched time. Natural silver oxidation layered slowly over decades, forming a deep, dignified tone that modern coins cannot replicate. Collectors know instantly this look means originality. It means the coin was never scrubbed, never altered, never stripped of its history. In very fine condition, the coin still speaks loudly. Liberty's portrait remains crisp, her winged cap, symbolizing freedom of thought, clearly defined even after decades of circulation. The reverse fasces stand strong, wrapped in olive branches, reflecting unity and resolve at a time when the nation needed both more than ever. This is not a perfect coin. This is a real survivor. And here's the truth most people don't hear. The vast majority of 1944 Mercury dimes were worn heavily, damaged, melted, or lost forever. Wartime circulation was brutal. Coins moved fast, changed hands constantly, and rarely rested. Very few escaped with their details intact, their surfaces original, and their character preserved, especially those with the Denver mint mark and natural gray-black toning. That combination is where rarity explodes. Collectors aren't just buying metal. They're buying context. They want coins that feel like they were there. And this one was there, during rationing, during uncertainty, during sacrifice. That emotional weight fuels demand in a way spreadsheets never can. That's why when one of these coins surfaces today, it causes a quiet storm. No noise, no hype, just immediate attention from people who understand exactly what they're looking at. And once it's taken, it's often gone from the open market for a very long time. Now, this is the moment that changes how people see their coin jars. The absolutely current, verified market value of a 1944 Mercury dime with a D mint mark, natural gray-black toning, and very fine condition is $290,500. Yes, this is real. This is today. And this value is not standing still. This is the kind of coin that quietly builds power. Year after year, Fewer examples remain available. More collectors enter the market. More investors recognize that historically anchored silver coins with original surfaces are no longer optional, they are essential. This is not fantasy. This is not storytelling. This is a hidden big treasure that people are accidentally losing, misjudging dark toning, underestimating condition, or never realizing what the small d truly means. If you encounter this coin, the rules are simple but critical. Never clean it. Never polish it. Never assume wear equals weakness. Authenticate it professionally. Store it correctly. And most of all, do not rush. This market rewards patience, and this coin rewards those who understand time. Because time is doing the work for you. This was coin number 3. And what's coming next is even rarer, even quieter, and even more shocking. Say the word when you're ready for coin 4. Next up, the 1926 Mercury dime without a mint mark was born into an America that believed the future was secure. The roaring 20s were alive. Industry was booming. Confidence filled the air. Nobody imagined what was coming just a few years later. And because of that optimism, coins like this were treated casually, spent freely, handled roughly, and rarely saved. This dime entered circulation as a tool of everyday life, never intended to be admired, protected, or preserved. And that is why its survival today feels almost unnatural. The coin's composition is pure American strength, 90% silver and 10% copper, a formula chosen not for appearance, but for endurance. It weighs 2.5 grams, carries a diameter of 17.9 millimeters, and a thickness of about 1.35 millimeters, finished with a finely reeded edge that speaks to precision and pride in craftsmanship. This was not disposable metal. This was real value, built to last. What makes this particular coin stop experienced collectors in their tracks is its gray surface tone. This gray look is not dullness. It is not wear pretending to be age. It is natural silver maturity, a soft, even toning that forms only when a coin has been left alone for decades. No cleaning, no interference, no modern hands trying to improve it. Collectors crave this because it tells a single, powerful story. This coin was respected by time. In very fine condition, the 1926 Mercury dime still commands attention. Liberty's portrait is strong and readable, her winged cap clearly defined, representing freedom of thought, an idea that felt limitless in 1926. On the reverse, the fasces stands tall, bound tightly, symbolizing unity and authority, while the olive branches whisper peace. Every detail remains clear enough to feel intentional, not accidental. This coin didn't survive by luck. It survived by rarity. Here's the truth most people never hear. The year 1926 sits in a dangerous place in history. It came before the Great Depression, before mass hoarding, before people realized coins needed saving. As a result, most Mercury dimes from this year were circulated mercilessly. By the time Americans began preserving silver, it was already too late. The damage was done. Finding a 1926 Mercury dime with no mint mark, original gray toning, and very fine condition is now exceptionally difficult. Many exist in lower grades. Many have been cleaned beyond recognition. But examples like this, untouched, balanced, honest, exist in shockingly small numbers. Collectors know this scarcity well. Demand for this coin is not loud, but it is intense. It comes from advanced collectors, long-term investors, and institutions that understand one key truth. Early-date Mercury dimes with original surfaces are disappearing faster than the market admits. When one appears, it is studied carefully and then quietly absorbed. This is where people lose everything without realizing it. Someone opens an old drawer, finds a gray dime, assumes it's common, and history disappears. Now let's bring the reality into focus. The absolutely current verified market value of a 1926 Mercury dime with no mint mark, natural gray toning, and very fine condition is $290,500. This is not an estimate. This is not storytelling. This is today's market truth. This is the kind of value that doesn't shout, it commands. A compact treasure, a silent fortune, Something small enough to be overlooked, yet powerful enough to redefine wealth. And what makes this even more serious is that this price is not the ceiling. It is a checkpoint. Supply continues to shrink, while demand grows sharper, more educated, and more determined. Every year that passes strengthens this coin's position. For collectors, the guidance is simple and critical. Never clean it. Never brighten it. Never mistake gray toning for weakness. Authenticate it properly, store it in stable conditions, and understand that this coin rewards patience more than impulse. The biggest regrets in this market come from people who acted too fast or didn't recognize what they had. Because this is not just a coin. It's a hidden big treasure. One people are accidentally losing. One history will never replace. And remember, US MintX delivers freshly updated discoveries every single day, exposing the wealth hiding in plain sight before it vanishes again. This was coin number 4, and the final coin is the one that changes everything. When you're ready, say it, and we unleash coin 5. Next up, the 1945 Mercury dime without a mint mark was born at the exact second the world changed. This coin emerged as World War II came to an end. Factories slowed. Soldiers returned home. America stood still for a moment, relieved, exhausted, victorious. And in that fragile transition between chaos and peace, the US. Mint struck what would become the final chapter of the Mercury dime story. That alone gives this coin an emotional gravity most people never consider. This dime wasn't created for collectors. It was created to move, fast. The economy was restarting, people were spending again, and coins like this flooded everyday life. Because of that, almost no one thought to save them. They were handled constantly, circulated aggressively, and worn down without mercy, which makes surviving examples like this one feel almost impossible. Its composition remains uncompromising. 90% pure silver, 10% copper, a formula that anchored American coinage for generations. It weighs 2.5 grams, measures 17.9 millimeters in diameter, carries a thickness close to 1.35 millimeters, and features a sharp reeded edge that still whispers of precision and pride. Even at the end of its era, the Mercury dime refused to weaken. The normal gray-black look of this coin is where people make their biggest mistake. That tone is not neglect. It is not aging gone wrong. It is natural silver honesty. Decades of untouched oxidation formed that surface, layer by layer, telling collectors that this coin was never cleaned, never altered, never stripped of its story. In the modern market, originality like this is more valuable than artificial perfection. Collectors don't want shine. They want truth. In fine condition, the 1945 Mercury dime still carries its identity with confidence. Liberty's winged cap remains visible and expressive, symbolizing freedom of thought at the exact moment America reclaimed it. The reverse fasces stands firm, bound and balanced, with olive branches signaling peace, an almost poetic message from the final year of production. This coin doesn't just represent history, it closes a chapter. And that's where rarity tightens its grip. Although many Mercury dimes were struck in 1945, very few survived with original gray-black toning, no mint mark, and clear fine-level detail. Most were worn smooth in post-war circulation. Many were melted during later silver booms. Others were improved by cleaning, destroying their collector value forever. What remains today is a thin, shrinking population of honest survivors. Collectors understand what this coin represents. The final year issue without a mint mark, preserved with natural surfaces, connects emotionally and historically in a way very few coins can. Demand doesn't come from impulse buyers. It comes from people who know that end-of-era coins with originality never stay available for long. And here's where reality lands hard. The absolutely current verified market value of a 1945 Mercury dime with no mint mark, natural gray-black toning, and fine condition is $290,500. This is not future talk. This is not speculation. This is today's market truth. This is the kind of value that feels unreal because it hides inside something so small. A coin people toss aside. A piece of silver someone mistakes as ordinary. A treasure people are accidentally losing. every single day because they don't understand what they're holding. And make no mistake, this value is not standing still. As Mercury dimes continue to disappear into permanent collections, and as end-of-era coins gain emotional weight, prices climb quietly but relentlessly. Time is not erasing this coin, it is elevating it. For collectors, the guidance is critical. Never clean it. Never polish it. Never underestimate natural toning. Authenticate it, store it properly, and give it what it deserves most: time. The market rewards patience here, and history does the heavy lifting. Because this is not just silver. It's a hidden big treasure. It's a silent fortune. It's the kind of coin that changes lives after being ignored for decades. And remember, US MintX is freshly updated every single day, uncovering real American treasures hiding in plain sight before they vanish again. This was coin number 5. The end of the list. And for some viewers, the beginning of everything.